Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the final chapter on the John Wick portrait. Now if you're new to this channel and you just come across this video, there is part one. I'll just pop that up in the screen now so you can just drop over to part one and have a look on the process on how we got to this stage. But if you're back for more and you want to see this final chapter, I left you off and we'd sort of come round here with the airbrush work, dropped a bit of the face in, we've dropped the gun in, and now we're going to finish this bottom piece off, come round, do the background, and then I can start tightening up on the face and then put the highlights back in and really make this pop to finish it off. So the things we're going to use today, we're going to use the Griot's PS771. As I started this portrait with the Griot's, I'm going to finish it with the Griot's. We're using golden high flow acrylics. I've got a grayscale set mixed up in the golden that I've previously mixed in bottles, so we've got all that. We've got some transparents. The transparents that I use, I'm going to give you a talk through a bit later on in the video on why they're really good, why I'd recommend them, the ones that I use, some of the flow improvers that you can get to make transparents, but I'll give you a little chat about that later on. So we'll crack on. I'll stick you in a time lapse as before and you'll just see this coming along. I'll do some little breaks along the way, drop some text up, so anything that I'm using or any handy tips that you might need, I'll just drop that up in text along the way, guys. So I'll see you lot in the first time lapse. We're going to move on to the tips and tricks. I'm going to run through a little bit on transparents, how they work, why they're really useful when you're doing your artwork and things like that. Now, as you know, I use golden high flow acrylics, and the first one that we can use for making transparents is the high flow medium. Now this one is created for the golden, so if you've got any opaque golden paints and you want to make them transparent, you can add the high flow medium neat, and then you can add your water as well and you can make your opaques transparent. I've got another flow improver here. This one's by Winsor Newton. Now I have tried this one in the golden, it does seem to work. Not as good as the high flow medium for the golden, but this one will work with other acrylic paints that I've tried, water-based paints. So that's another good flow improver one that does makes it transparent. So the bonuses for using transparents are, if you're using your grayscale and you're using your values and you've not quite got one, or you need a tone that is like in between say 4 and 5 and it's that little bit in between, you could go to the 4, the higher one, the darker one, and then you could drop some flow improver in or a transparent medium, put that in, and you could make that more transparent. So when you spray it, you'll build a layer up that isn't opaque, and it just dusts over the top and just knocks that tone back. So that's the beauty of transparents. When you use them, you can just dust them over. It's like using candies. Candies work the same way. You put one pass down of a candy and it's nice and light, and then as you go over the top of it, it just builds it up and builds it up. In this portrait, I've bounced across from opaques and dropped a bit of transparent in. With the golden, you'll find if you're trying to do eraser techniques and things like that, it's really hard to knock the paint back with golden, because it's really, once it's down, and you've really got to hit it hard with an eraser. This paper that I'm using is the opposite side to this, is like a canvas. So what I've done is I've flipped it over, so it's the smooth side, but you've still got a little bit of play in it, so I can do a little bit of techniques with the scratch back. Not as good as synthetic paper, but I'm just being able to knock a bit of the highlights out just to bring them out, and a bit of textures. So it's not full on photorealism, but it's near enough, damn it, to the picture. So that's where we are. I hope them little tips and tricks on the transparent, you've learned something from it. It's nice and easy. Give it a try when you're doing a portrait. If you want to knock some colours back, try the transparents and have a play, guys. That's what it's about. That's how you learn. You try these different paints and you try different techniques, and eventually you can adapt them into your pieces of artwork. So we're going to move on. We've got the main part of the character in. We've come down, we've dropped the hand in, we've dropped a bit of the shirt in. Now I'm going to drop the background in here, black this all out, and then we'll get a good guide of where we're going with this. Drop some more highlights in, and then when we demask it, it'll look a lot better because you've got that yellow masking tape around it. I've done a 10mm border around this, so it should just make it just pop a little bit better when it's demasked. So I'll press on, stick in another time lapse, and we'll get this piece done, and we'll get a few more textures and highlights done on the actual face. So I'll see you in a bit.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. Your check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place. I wanna be first, work till it hurts. Dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free.
There you go, guys. There's the finished picture of John Wick, Keanu Reeves. That's all complete. I've demasked the edge, so you've got the nice white border. It's probably looking a bit glary because you've got the down lights on this, but when you do that, it changes the tones and just knocks that bright off the actual picture. But that's the finished piece. I hope you've enjoyed this video and learned something along the way with the tips and tricks that were thrown in on the transparent paints. Well worth a go, guys. Give it a look, have a play with your paints, try some transparent, and you'll see what I mean by you can just change them tones and build them up as you go along. So I just want to say a big warm welcome to all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for all the comments, guys, much appreciated. And if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, click that subscribe, press that notification so you don't miss out on any more up and coming videos on Dred Effects custom paint. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.
'Cause I'm my own worst enemy, only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny.